There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Welcome to the Developer Insights call, number 1 of 2 every week. We have them on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern, as you're on now, and the second one is Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. This call is solely here to help anybody that is new with Arrow, red light, green light, or market maker get set up. All right. And welcome to all the newbies that are using the software. Been seeing a lot of great results with the market maker trend EA, and thus we've had a ton of new customers come on board who have been making great profits. All right. So shout out to you guys. So let's start it off right. If you are new here and you need help getting set up, please drop it in the chat so that we can walk you guys through setting up Arrow, market maker, or red light, green light, or answer any questions you may have. All right. So let us know what you need in the chat. Do you just have questions, or do you actually need to get set up, or both? Don't everybody speak at once. All right, just start with MMT. Need help? Not really new here to have y'all talk about MMT setup for prop firms. All right, we'll talk about prop firms last. All right, I've told you guys over and over again that prop firms are not recommended, yet everybody still wants to ignore what I say, and they want to use my prop firms anyway. So we'll talk about prop firms last. I will give settings for those who do not want to take my advice. All right, I'll give guys at least settings that historically work, and then we'll talk about what I'm doing to try and help out with prop firms. All right. All right, so I will pull up MMT here. All right, and we'll talk about it. All right, so Rads, you say you need help getting set up. What part do you need to get help set up on? All right, need help set up with Arrow. Arrow is really simple. Not really sure what you need help with that, but we can go over that as well. All right, let's log into the account real quick. All right, we'll log in so I can show both. The MAV version and the standard version. All right, we'll go over both of those as well. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We're gonna look at all right, so we're going into the beta test group. So you guys will see a different version here. But so some of you guys get to, hey, it's the beautiful thing about getting on my calls. You get to see the sneak peek of the latest version. So we're running version 1.09 now, but you'll get a gist of how it works. All right. So I logged into the beta test one so that you can see both sides. All right. So let's go here and bring up, all right. All right, so first things first, when you log in, all right, when you log in, you need to log into your broker, all right? To log into your broker, all right, what you need to do is you need to first go to File, right here in the top right left-hand corner, open an account, all right? Even though you may be used to logging in a different way on a VPS, on a MT4, whenever you log into an MT4 for the first time, you always have to go to File, File, open an account. Don't worry about logging into the trade account. Always open an account first, the very first time you log into an MT4. All right. Then you come down here where it says add new broker, hit the plus sign, type in your broker. All right. A lot of you guys do not listen to me and want to get on a funded account. So we'll go ahead and type in Traders Global. That's and then you hit scan. Traders Global is the prop firm for, or that's the the broker that my Forex Funds uses. All right, there it is, Traders Global Group. And you scroll down, you see there are all the servers. All right, here are all the servers. Now, you see there's 3 demo accounts and 2 live servers. Now, whenever you get your email, whenever you go to a broker, whether it be a prop firm or regular broker, they're going to send you an email with information. It's going to have 4 pieces of information. Number 1, it's going to tell you your server that your account is on. All right. So for me, I can tell you, and I'll show it to you here in a second. So I can show you when I show you guys at the end, it's called the settings for the prop firm. Demo 2, Traders Global Group. Boom. Demo 2 is the server that one of my Forex funded accounts is on. All right. I got a 10K account. I wanted to start from scratch and run it like everybody else because I already have other accounts that have been running. So I wanted to start a fresh one. All right. Traders Global Group. All right, got that set up. All right, and then you're going to do what? You hit next. All right, I select the server that it's on. I hit next. Now, there's 3 other pieces of information that a broker will send you. Number 1 is going to be your account number. All right, so you always want to come to existing trade account. All right, you type in your account number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. All right, and then your password. All right, there's going to be 2 types of password. One password is your trader password. One is your investor password. Your trader password is the password that you need to always utilize when you are either going to manually trade or let a expert advisor like Market Maker trade for you. All right, so you type in that password, some random letters and numbers, uppercase, lowercase, and then you hit finish. All right, and then it'll bring up the account. All right, that second password they give you is an investor password. The investor password allows for someone else to log into your account, and they can't make trades, but they can watch. So if you have somebody that is wanting to see how Market Maker is doing, and they're thinking about buying and getting into it, then what you can do is give them a link. You can give them a link, or not a link. I'm sorry. You can give them your account number and then your investor password so that they can log in. They can't make any trades, but they can just watch. They can watch and see what's going on. All right. So now that we're logged in, first thing you want to do is you want to go to view and then come down to symbols. All right. Now, depending on your broker, dictates what it's going to show here under symbols. It might say indices like it does here. It might say indexes. It might even say CFDs. All right. So usually under indices, indexes, or CFD, you will find DAX. All right. Now, DAX, as you see, is right here. All right. Now, DAX is going to be in multiple forms depending on your broker. All right. DAX could be just DAX, DAX. DAX could be German 30, GER 30. It could be German 40, GER 40. It could be DEU 30, DEU 40. It could be DER 30, DER 40. All right. Those are the majority of what I've seen. Some variation of DEU, DEUR, GER, or DAX will be what you're looking for when it comes to that. They're all the same, just different naming conventions. All right, so you want to double click right here. Next to it right here, we have this gold, I'm sorry, the grayed out $ square, double click it until it turns gold, hit close. And then when you come up here to this icon right here underneath file, this is where you add a chart. You come down here to indices and boom, there is JER 30 right there. All right, so we got that set up. All right, now it doesn't matter what time frame you have the software on. No matter what time frame, it's going to automatically trade on the minute one, no matter what. So it doesn't matter what you have it on. All right. Now I'm going to show you the MAV version first, MAV version. All right. So when you double click the software, pops up like this. First thing you want to do is you want to come here and check what you want to check to see what version you have. Yours should say 1.08. All right. I have 1.09 because we're testing 1.09 here. All right. And then, once we've tested 1.09 to make sure there's no bugs and everything is running smoothly, we will launch it to you guys. All right. Once you've selected that, make sure you come to common and you make sure you have these 4 check marks. Enable alerts, check. Allow live trading, check. Allow DLL imports, checked. Allow import of external experts, check. All right. I'm not going to go through the settings right now because I'm going to go through the settings for 1.08 so you can see that. But once, let's say we already have the settings good, we hit OK. All right, once you do that, that'll pop up. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Make sure you have your auto trading button on so that you have the smiley face in the top right-hand corner. All right, it's telling me to go check my AP Go back office for pending notifications. That sucks. Hold on real quick. I'm trying to get it to do it from the beginning. Because from the beginning, it will send you a screenshot. All right, let's do this here. I've got the spreadsheet. I'll show you what it looks like. All right. Give me 1 second here. Show you what it looks like so that you know what you should be clicking on. All right. There's 1 step before you see that. Give me 1 second here. Let me find that real quick. Mine won't show up anymore because of I've already loaded it once before, so it's only going to show. It's only going to tell me to go in the back office and set it up again. All right. So I'm going to show you a screenshot of what the screen should look like before you get to that level. All right. All right. 1 second to pull this picture up. I had to send it to myself. Show you this picture real quick. All right. Share my screen real quick. Come on, Zoom, share screen. All right, so here is the picture. You see, it's going to tell you your code is blah, blah, blah. Enter your code at this website. So you need to go to that website, enter that code. On that website, it's going to ask you to what? It's going to ask you to log into your Auvoria Prime account. So what it's doing is taking this code that's coming from the EA and your VPS, and it's attaching it to your actual account. All right. Now, what does that mean? Now, what that means is every 24 hours, when it's time for you to trade, it's going to send you a message in the back office or to the AP app. So what you want to do to make it easier for yourself, download the AP Go app. All right. That way, when you get the notification that it's time to reapprove every 24 hours, all right, you get it straight to the app. You can go to the app, and log in really quickly and hit the approve button. You can do it through the website, but it's a lot slower. So it's advised to get the app. All right. Now, MAV version is only for US customers. All right. I apologize, but that's just the way it goes in the US. The government has made it a law that we have to make sure that customers are not just having the software trade on its own. They're actually approving it to trade for them. The beautiful thing is that you only have to do this once per 24 hours. So make sure you set a reminder. Make sure you set up the app. I mean, not the app, but the MT4 to send you a notification. All right. So that you get the notification when it's time to reapprove the app. The 24 hours. All right. And what that means is that in 24 hours, the EA will trade hands-free for you and do everything that you program it to as far as the settings. It will do everything for you. So if you say stop trading at 1% profit or 2% loss, it stops. If you say, trade all day, it'll trade all day. If you say trade through the news, it'll trade through the news. All right. And you only have to approve it one time per 24 hours. All right. If you're outside the US, make sure that you are selecting you have the option to select both. All right. But it's easier to just go ahead and select the standard version so that you don't have to worry about the approval piece. All right. I'd recommend that. All right. So let us go through. Let's go through the version 1.08. Oh, wrong one. We'll go through version 1.08 real quick. All right, there we go. So this is my $10,000 my force fund account. You can see I'm up $138.73, so up about 1.4%. All right, so we are good to go. Now let's go through the settings. All right, we'll go through the settings. Version 1.08, we verified. We have everything, all four checked. From an input standpoint, let's go through the inputs so that you guys understand what these stand for, what they mean. Asset to trade, DAX. All right, double click that. You can also select DAX Mini. If you have an account that is lower than $10,000, you need to be trading with DAX Mini, and you need to find the DAX Mini on a broker. All right, or the German 30, German 40 Mini, whatever the case, whatever it's called. All right, I know some platforms call it, BEU 22. There's one platform that calls that, and then the regular one is just called DEU. So it's just all depends on the broker. All right. So if you have 10,000 or more, you can trade just regular DAX. Now, what does that mean? All right. So the mini contract just allows for you to have a smaller account trading on the platform. It uses a small lot size. So a 0.01 regular DAX is $1 per pip. A 0.01 on DAX Mini is a penny per pip. So a penny per pip just allows for you to be able to trade this pair on a account that is as small as $100. All right. Next, maximum tick spread allowed. So how much spread are you allowing? All right. And this is going to be in ticks. All right. Or points. So it's 300 points or 30 pips. So what I'm allowing the EA to do is I want it to trade 30 pips. So we trade 30 pips. I'm sorry, if spread is 30 pips or less, it will get into a trade. If it's over 30 pips or 300 points, it will not take the trade. All right. Risk settings. Let me adjust that. Right here, you double click it. You can actually adjust your risk to up to 1% per trade. Everything from 0.1 to 1.0 per trade. All right. The bot can be in as many as 5 trades max, 5 trades at a time. So keep that in mind when you have this set up. All right. You got to keep it in mind as if you have 5 trades. All right. Now, all the settings that I'm going to show here that I have locked in here are for prop firms. So 0.4 risk per trade or 0.3 are the 2 recommended time frame. Risk per trades for a prop firm. All right. Now, I'm only going to give prop firm settings. Don't ask me about anything else dealing with prop firms because I still do not recommend prop firms. All right. Why did I not recommend prop firms when it comes to market maker? It has nothing to do with the software. As you guys have seen, and I've got all the proof, the EA can pass phase 1 and phase 2 and make withdrawals. Customers are already doing it. However, prop firms, when there are too many bots trading the same strategy, prop firms like to cheat their customers because they're in it to make money. All right. If you come to my prop firm call on Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern, I'll explain and break down prop firms. But for this call, we're going to talk about how they will ban, if let's say there's 1,000 people using this bot on a prop firm, they can ban the bot from being traded. All right. They can do so. And that, of course, now your money goes down the drain. That is why I don't recommend it right now until one of 2 things happens. Number one, version 1.09, I am testing out, when the group is testing out prop firm settings. And we'll go over those if we have time on this call. Number 2, I'm also working on making some partnerships with a few prop firms that will give us the thumbs up to let the bot trade no matter how many accounts we have. All right. So that's going to be the kicker right there. I'm working on partnerships. I've already spoke to owners of 2 prop firms, and I have 1 more that I'm being put in touch with. So if you guys know any owners and know how to get in contact with owners of any prop firms, specifically like a MyForex Fund or FTMO, those are the 2 biggest, please let me know. So I've already talked to 2, and I'm working to talk to 1 more. And so, I've got the thumbs up from 1. So once they're a new prop firm. So once they launch, we can go utilize that prop firm. The second one has not given the thumbs up yet. And then the third, I have not spoken with. But so that's going to be the game changer right there. So those are the 2 things. I got prop firm settings coming along that will help make your account a little harder to identify. It'll be very unique to its own, therefore allowing you to fly under the radar and be able to use the bot long term on the prop firms. However, it's easier to just go ahead and make a partnership with prop firms. All right. So 0.4 per trade. All right. Weekly equity protector %. All right. You can only lose. All right. The goal is, depending on the prop firm you're with, 10 to 12% max loss. For me, I put mine at 4%. All right. 4%. The most I'm able to lose. All right. Weekly profit protector % is 8. For my Forex funds, which is what this one is trading on, I only need 8% and then it stops trading. Only need 8%. And then because at 8%, you pass to phase 1 and you move on to phase 2. All right. Now, daily equity protector. How much am I willing to lose for the day? 2%. That's it. That's 5 trades at a 0.4. So if the first 5 trades all hit stop loss, that's 2% and I'm done. I'm done. All right. Today we took a loss, but we were up first. I was up on this account 1.45%, then turned around and lost 1.75%. So for the week so far, only up, $27 for the week. But we're up 1.38, almost 1.4% since last week. I've been running this rough start because we were on Wednesday of last week. I was up 4%, lost about 0.75% on Thursday, and then lost the rest today. So we're down to like 1.4. All good though. Not a big deal. We'll get it back. All right. Daily profit protector, 2%. Once I hit 2% profit, I'm done. I don't want to trade. I'm actually going to change this to be a little bit more conservative. So we're going to go 1.5. All right. So just based on the day, because once today hit 1.45, it should have stopped. I should have stopped the buy because 1.45 for the day. That's great profits. That is great profit right there. Then you move on to the next day. So I'm putting mine at 1.5 now, so that once it hits 1.5% profit, all right, it stops trading for the day. All right, those are the settings that I use right there. All right, I had it at 2, but I'm going to 1.5. All right, session time frame. All right, so for me, gonna change the time frame 2:30. All right, so the default is 2:30 to 1700. All right, this don't worry about the GMT. The start time and end time is in Eastern Standard Time. Start time EST, end time EST. The GMT is just telling you what it is compared, what GMT is, compared to EST. All you need to know is that the start time and the end time are in EST. So this is 2:30 a.m. EST to 5 o'clock the next day p.m. EST. All right. For me, I don't like to let it run that long because what? My Forex funds, I don't want to get caught up in a closed, an open trade at the end of the day, and then it gaps the wrong way and stops me out bigger than I wanted to. All right. So for me, I stopped 1 hour after London. All right. So 2:30 is 30 minutes before London open starts, and 12 o'clock is 1 hour after London closes. London session is the biggest session in the Forex market, and DAX is a London session indice. That's why I run it during this time frame. All right. Trade Sundays, yes. Trade Fridays, false. Fridays are not very good historically. All right. Next, use newsletter. False. I turn my newsletter off. Market Maker runs better with news. Will it win every day? No. All right, guys, the current strategy, this strategy out right here, has a 78.22% win rate. A 78.22% win rate over the course of a 90-day period. All right. So on average, again, past performance is not indicative of future results, but 78% is pretty good. But that means what? That means that 22% of the time, it's going to take a loss. So if you, like last week, we won, I think no one had a loss Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then people took their first loss on Thursday. And then those who don't listen to me traded Fridays. They took even more loss, even though I talk about it in my videos and in the group, not to trade Fridays. People took another loss. All right. But guess what? If you just traded 4 days, you had 4 winning days, 1 losing day. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 4 winning days and then 1 losing day. Nothing to complain about. You had 4 days of winning, 1 day of losing. Some people were complaining that they took a loss on Thursday after they won 4 days in a row with no losses. Don't do it. You're up. Look at your account. Some people were up 20, 30%, and then they lost 2 or 3%, 4%, and they were crying about it when they were up still over 20, 15, 20% for the week. No strategy is perfect. No trader is perfect. In 2021, even JP Morgan Chase lost 3 trades. The bank, who has billions of dollars, they even lost 3 trades. All right. And if you expect to be able to the software to be perfect, or you're questioning why it's taking trades when it's going in this direction, then I advise you, if you know better than the software, turn the software off and trade for yourself. All right. I do not use the newsletter. Those who have the best results, as far as highest returns, do not use newsletter. If you do, then what this does here is that it will not take a trade. Like, for example, here, 60 minutes before news and 60 minutes after news. You can change this to whatever you want to. So if you want to change it to 15 and 5, then what this means is it won't take a trade 15 minutes before news if there is a trade, and it won't take a trade 5 minutes after news if there is a trade. If you're already in a trade, it won't close it. It just won't take any new ones. All right. Alert settings. All right. Let me hold this. You guys don't need to see that. That's the developer version. So those settings you won't see here. Boom. There we go. Send alerts to MT4 mobile. True. So that you can get all your alerts. And then show alerts on this terminal. True. So you get all alerts pop up here. Those are the settings. All right. Explained. And those are the settings for a prop firm. All right. This is what I'll be running going forward. All right. Now we got that set. Let me go ahead and hit OK. 0.4 per trade. Auto trading. We are back on, but it doesn't matter because the bot is not going to start trading until 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. All right. Excuse me. All right. So that is MMT. All right. Got the smiley face. All right. Now, if you have issues, all right, on the chart, you're going to see green diamonds and red diamonds. Don't worry about the yellow diamonds or the blue diamonds. That's for the developer version. You guys don't have this. If you see a green diamond, that means a buy entry, all right, is on that candle that it's pointing to. If you see a red candle, a red diamond, all right, let's go find one like right here, all right. And you can see here, this red diamond, all right, shows that it took a sell trade. Now, if you see these dotted lines with the red diamond and this little arrow here, that just means your bot actually took the trade. This shows where the trade opened up at and where it closed at. All right. So this is a very good trade. Hit TP, made some good money. All right. Now, if you see a diamond and you're not in a trade, you need to go look at Nemesis. Nemesis, you want to click on what? Right underneath charts, you got this little blue and white icon here, which says the terminal. Click on that, your balance shows up. All right. Scroll down here to the bottom where it says experts. Select experts. Experts is where Nemesis is at. Nemesis will give you all the information about your account, about what's going on. You see here, first time running, collecting missing bar data. So there's some missing data that the EA had to collect because the EA cannot see the candles. The EA collects data that tells the EA when the candle opened and when it closed, information like that. All right. It says initialize. So we are good to go. Let me know news is updated because the news filter is updating. All right. You can go in here to show you all your alerts, all my buys and opens and sales and all that information. Boom, partial close on sale order. That's beautiful when you see it start seeing the partials. All right. All that information right there. So if you're not getting any trades, it will show up here. This is the first place you need to come look. Do not go to the group asking questions. Do not send me a message. Come here and see what Nemesis says. All right. All right. Now, before let's go look in the chat. A lot of questions now. A lot of questions. All right. So that's how you get it set up there, guys. You remember trying to get in? That's fine. I'll let everybody in. Has anything been talked about for the updates and release of red light, green light EA? No. That EA will come out when it comes out. All right. 1.09 version, we'll look at it if we get a chance to. What if drawdown brings it under 10K? At what point will it harm the account? Again, I don't recommend prop firms, so I'm not talking about anything other than what I just talked about when it comes to prop firms. All right, trade at your own risk. If you have questions about prop firms, ask the group. The only thing that I would do is try to guide you guys in the right path when it comes to prop firms, the settings. Now, if you want to learn about prop firm settings, about prop firms and how they all work, so that you understand it, all right, come to my call Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, all right? That's the second reason why I don't recommend prop firms. Most people don't even understand what they are and how they work and the rules. They just go buy one, put the software on it, and hope to make money. If you're not going to take accountability for your own account, you don't deserve to have it. That's like taking your bank account and giving it to somebody you don't know and asking them to watch it and make sure that they give you money when you ask for it instead of putting the money in the bank. So you take your money out of a bank, you give it to a stranger, and you say, hey, watch this money for me. And when I come to you and ask you for some, give it to me. And then keep the rest of it safe, like a bank. That's exactly what you're doing. You're asking for your money to just walk away when you don't take the time to go and learn about the prop firm. All right. You heard 5% is a good prop firm. Cool. Let's talk about it on Friday. All right. Does 78% include the partials or is it per entry for wins, losses? That includes partials. 78% includes everything. All right. If the EA is in the trade and in profit, is it okay to take the profit? Yeah. If you are happy with your profits and you don't want to wait for it to take profit or you think it's going to turn around, close it. It's your account. It's your money. The software is literally just there for you. I know some people that got into a buy at the end of the day and they closed it out because they thought the buy was going to turn around because the market had been selling. And sure enough, it went back the wrong way. It went the other way. And so some people closed it out and they were up, 300, 400, 500 pips. So they took the profits. All right. Congrats. All right. Developer nip slip. Yeah, the developer version is lit. I got all kind of goodies. The next version of the developer version is going to be even better. I got a lot of good stuff. I even have access to 100% of the strategy. So those who don't know, Market Maker that's been running is only 50% of the algorithm. I haven't even released the whole 100% of the algorithm. Only 50% of the algorithm is actually being ran. So yes, all the profits you're seeing people making over time is only half the strategy. Half. Boy, there's so much left for you guys, man. It's not even, it's always gonna be updates all summer long. All summer long. Will you share the updated list of preferred brokers? I don't really have one right now. We will once. So the goal with version 1.09, and I'll walk you guys through that for sure when we launch it. But the goal is to have a trend filter so that it doesn't matter what broker you're on, you're getting all the same trades. All right, because some brokers were trading differently because of the quote times, meaning that some brokers have DAX open for 23 hours. Some have it open for 20 hours. Some have it open for 18 hours, some 13 hours. Of course, the brokers that had the pair open more time had more data, and then therefore it was easier for the EA to understand the trend, and then therefore those brokers had the best performance. So the goal of the trend filter is to make sure that no matter what broker you're on, you get the same trades, and everybody should be trading in the same direction. So if things go right now, the soft launch group, we're testing about 20 to 25 different brokers. We should be good to go, and there should be no preferred broker. You should be able to get on whatever broker you want. All right. I'll keep you guys up to date on that, though. Can you go over the settings for regular account, no prop firm? I don't have any settings for regular account. You do what you want to do. There is no settings, guys. There is no special setting. This is not like any other software. This is not Gearbox. This is not Variable. This is not Neo. This is not Panther. There is no special settings. You cannot adjust the strategy itself like you can with all the other EAs that Auvoria Prime offers. The only thing that you can do is you can limit or increase how much risk or exposure to the market your account has. What do I mean by that? Risk per trade, 0.1 to 1%. That's how much risk you're asking per trade. Settings, how much of the day you're allowing your EA to trade. News, do you want to trade news or not? That's it. There is no special settings. It's all based on what you're willing to risk. That's it. That is it. So stop asking for special settings. Now for the prop firm, there are settings that I have to go and find. So I use the software to find settings that will help keep the drawdown low. And so those settings I just gave you are the settings that I will be using going forward after looking at making some new adjustments over the weekend. All right. Other than that, the regular settings, you run what you want to run. It's up to you on how much you want to risk in the account. All right, in your account. My plan for us is to withdraw all profits from prop firms to fund my own 100K account. That's the best thing to do. I'll talk about that on the prop firm call. All right. 90% of people who want prop firm money don't deserve it. I wouldn't say all that. Everybody deserves some money, but if you don't want to put in the work and you don't want to take accountability, then no, you don't deserve it. So I will say that though, and those who won't get it because they will violate a rule or do something and not get their account to get paid out. All right. Can the profit protector close out all open trades once target is reached to avoid pullback? That might be something we consider. Well, I'll think about that. As of right now, no. Any sneak peeks on what the second half of the strategy includes? No, not at all. The last couple of times the bot started up and quickly ended making a profit of $50 or so, it has never run toward the TP. Any insight as to why that happens? The market. Again, Stephan, you must be new. Because I can tell you there are a lot of customers that, like last week, we had a lot of trades hit full TP. So for you to say that, I don't know what that means. I mean, for months, we've been hitting full TPs. Some days, does it make it all the way to TP? No. Most days, or a lot of days, it does. Like the first 4 days last week, we were getting full TPs all week.
So that is the false statement. All right. Some days are better than others. So that statement right there is not one that is true. So any insights on why that happens, it's depending on how the market moves for the day. What's your thoughts about multi-bank broker for MMT? I think multi-bank is one of the top 3 brokers that has from a performance standpoint. All right. Multi-bank, AXI, XM, IC Markets. Those 4 brokers are the best 4 performing brokers out there. All right. So give me a second here. Let me write those down for you. All right. Multi-bank, AXI, XM, and IC Markets. Now, all these brokers, if you're a US client, you cannot access them. But these 4 are the best 4. And if you're in the US, Envy is the fifth best if you're in the US. All right. If you can get access to one of those 4 outside of the US, you are gold. I can tell you there is an account. Matter of fact, I will put a screenshot. Actually, it's already been put in the group, but there is an account. Hold on real quick. I can't do it from my phone. There is an account that's been running on IC Markets since day 1. Since the soft launch group started 2 weeks before we went live. That account is up over 200% in 10 weeks. Over 200% in 10 weeks. That's all I can say. Nate, if you got time, you should make an MTA roadmap for the group, like a flyer of some sort. I've got some stuff coming out. I've got a frequently asked questions, and I'm updating the video. And we'll put the videos in the back office. So we will be putting that into out this week. Envy has offered the best user experience overall out of the 6 that I've been with in the past. Highly recommended to other US residents on this call. Great. T-Dog says, what RPT percentage? I don't know what does RPT mean? I'm not really sure what that RPT means. Is there a way to back test for optimal profit protector, equity protector? I already do that. I have the reason why the software is already running as well as it's running is because I use machine learning to back test it. And I'm talking about when I mean back testing, it optimizes and back tests 50,000 permutations every 10 minutes. You don't have the software or access to anything that can move that fast. The strategy tester and anything out there is trash compared to what I'm using. That's the reason why we have the results we have right now. It's the reason why that account in 10 weeks is up 200%, 218% to be exact, 218. All right, so I'm already doing that for you guys. That's why you can't have access to the settings. Even if you could optimize it, I'm not going to allow you to change the settings. All right, I'm doing the work necessary for you. All you need to do is put it on your account. Risk per trade, 1%. All right, the first 4 weeks, they used 3% because in the beginning we did have the 3% per trade, but then ever since then, the last 6 weeks has been 1%. All right. Permutation, so combinations. So I can do 50,000 different combinations for those who don't know. All right. So that is that. Are there any questions about arrow or red light, green light? Does anybody need help getting set up before I show version 1.09 for Market Maker? I meant for our choices of daily profit protector. The choices for daily profit protector, everything's optimal. Everything is optimal. Even from a default setting standpoint, like the default settings are the optimal settings. So every time I put out a new update, you guys have seen, I always put out a screenshot of the data showing the back test. All right. The default settings are always what was utilized to get those settings. Those are optimal. All right. Those are optimal settings. Is there a video about Arrow Trade Manager? Yes, there is a video. So if you go into the back office, you will have access to the Arrow Trade Manager, my brother. All right. So the Arrow Trade Manager is back there. All right. If I change setting in, I'm not really sure what that means. I'm good. Enjoy the call. Middle of a trade. If I change setting in the middle of a trade, if you change settings in the middle of a trade, then you just change, it won't take account until the next trade. All right. You have no, it's still gonna run. Why you would do that, I don't know. So, set your settings and let it run. All right. All right. So we got about 5 minutes left on the call. All right. You're new on demo. All right. Well, if you're new, once you set your settings, leave them alone. Doesn't make any sense to change stuff in the middle of trading. All right. You want to be able to get settings, let it run so that you can actually see how it performs. Let it run for a week, 2 weeks, then say, you know what? All right, I will change. All right, why so many lose MMT? We got a funny guy here. So give me 1 second here. All right, why so many lose on MMT? I don't know. More people signing up every day. I don't think people are losing. But since you want to come in here and you want to scam, all right, you know what we do to scammers, guys? Somebody drop it in the chat what we do to scammers. What do we do to scammers? People that want to come in here and they want to actually all right, boom, kicked out. I don't play with that. Who's losing here? Last week, 4 days, no losses. 1 day a loss, and then we don't trade on Fridays. Come on now. Yes, ejection. He's out of there. Deleted. Who? I don't have time for that. Can you send a screenshot of the settings? I will drop screenshot in the chat. All right. You guys need to, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that because I'm not giving these platform settings out for everybody. Those who actually took the time to get on this call will get the actual knowledge. Those who don't, it's on them. I don't give out information unless you're on my calls. So let's go here. And I'm going to bring up prop firm settings. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds here to take a screenshot of those settings. And these settings are also for FTMO as well. E8, trading, funded trader, elite trader, trader this, trader that, all prop firms. All right. I was wondering, I said, man, who dropped off? But I forgot we just kicked somebody off. All right, so let's check the chat one more last time. So yeah, I was gonna drop it in the chat for you, man, but I thought about it. There's over 1,100 people in the chat, and only 60 people got on a call. We just kicked somebody off for being an idiot. And guess what? Only the 60 of you guys, or 59 now, are actually going to get access to what everybody keeps asking for. Don't get on the call, don't get access. All right. DAX future or DAX spot for MT is multi-bank offer both. DAX cash, no future. All right. The time for the calls. If you click on the pin messages, you will see in any chat, market maker, red light, green light. It doesn't matter which one it is. All right. All the 3 chats, arrow, red light, green light, or market maker, or the AiMM chat group, you will have pin messages. Click on those and you will see the schedules for all calls. Also in your back office in Auvoria Prime, you'll see the schedule for all calls. All right. So let's go look at version 1.09 and we'll get off the call. All right, version 1.09. All right, show y'all a little bit of magic. As you can see here, testing on this account, it ran. It took 1 trade today. It took 1 trade today, and it's up 1.5%. It's a $100,000 account, made $1,571. So it made almost 1.6%. It took that sale from that big peak right there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, see that? We'll come here to account history. You can see it closed out this trade at 0.12 for a partial, and then boom, move stop loss and profit. And then this trade never did go the full way, but it ended up coming back and hit stop loss and profit. So at 300 pips, so made $1,571.32 after the fees. All right, that was a good trade. That's the only trade it took. All right, as you can see, there are a couple changes. Number 1, market maker trend. all right, it's going to tell you the overall trend. All right. The current version only looks at the 15-minute trend. All right. So before we get into this, let me explain the actual results. All right. So number one, version 1.09 has an 84.5% win rate over 90 days and an 81% win rate for the first half of the year. So from January 1 to June 1, an 81% win rate. All right, 81.5. I'm sorry, 81.2. And then over Q2, so April, May, and June, I'm sorry, March, April, May, those 3 months, all right, it has an 84.5% win rate. So the win rate has went up to over 80% now. All right, so higher win rate. All right, drawdown has dropped from around 13%. I'm sorry, 10.49% with version 1.08 down to 7.43. All right, so now we're under 10% drawdown. All right, all this is using 1% risk. You guys will see I will drop the settings in the back test when I announce the updated version. The goal is that everything works smooth this week and we can drop this version out on next Sunday. All right, so everybody can use it next week. All right, so higher win rate, lower drawdown. It does take less trades. There are days it will not take trades because the current version only looks at the 15-minute for the trend, and then it makes its entries on the 1 minute. Well, with Market Maker's trend version 1.09 going forward, it looks at 3 time frames. It looks at the daily trend, the 1 hour trend, and the 15-minute trend. When all 3 are aligned, then it takes a trade. So it's going to miss a lot of trades. But when it takes trades, they're going to be fired. All right? They're going to win over 80% of the time, which means what? Yes, you will still lose 20% of the time. But if you're winning 80% of the time and you're only losing 20% of the time, I think you're going to be making a lot of money. All right? So that's number one. All right? It looks at all trends. So you see here, it says week sale because you have daily trend sale, hourly trend sale, and the minute trend, which is the 15-minute time frame, is buy still. So once we flip over to a 15-minute sale, then all 3 are in sales, and we're going to be taking nice trades. All right. The current take profit right now for a version 1.08 is 720 pips, and the current stop loss is 470 pips. That's a 1 to 1.53 risk to reward ratio. With version 1.09, stop loss moves smaller. It's a 440 pip stop loss. Take profit gets bigger. It's an 820 pip take profit. Now we're talking about a 1 to 1.86 risk to reward ratio. All right. Why? Because when you're trading with the trend, you typically get bigger moves. And since this bad boy trades with the trend, we're looking for the bigger moves. Now, again, there's going to be days it doesn't trade. But the days it does trade, it's going to be fired. All right. Let's go look at it. All right. So still DAX and DAX mini. All right. Still minimum ticks per spread. But now, since we have a higher win rate, I have decided to allow you guys to trade up to 2%. So now you can go from 0.1 all the way up to 2% now. All right. So we've increased the percentage per trade because now the win rate is large enough. All right. It is large enough to make sense. All right. So now for those, again, for prop firms, you probably want to go instead of 0.3, 0.4, go 0.4, 0.5 because the win rate's higher. But again, I'll talk about those when the time comes. All right. But you can go up to 2% per trade now on your own account. Equity protector and all that stays the same, yada, yada, yada. Session time stays the same. Trading Sundays, Monday, yada, yada, all that stays the same. All right. Now, here's where the additional magic comes in. All right. Other than the trend filter and the new take profit and stop loss, you also have new partials. So the old partials was when price gets to 470 pips in profit, it locks in 300 and takes 30% partial profit. And then when price gets to 680 pips in profit, it locks in 500 pips in profit and it takes 90% of your rest of your trade in partial profit. With the new setup, when price gets 500 pips in profit, it will lock in man. Don't do. It locks in 400 and it takes 30% partials. But then when price gets to 720 pips in profit, remember prices that take profit now is at 820. When price gets to 720 pips in profit, it locks in 600 pips in profit. All right. And it takes 30% partials again, not 90 this time, allowing for a bigger percentage of your account to go all the way. I mean, I'm sorry, a bigger percentage of your TP, your trade, I'm sorry, to go to take profit. All right. That's the win rate. That's how the win rate has increased as well. Profits with the version 1.09 are astronomical. We'll post those as well when the time comes. All right. So that's the changes when it comes to the take profit, the partials, the stop loss, and the trend. Now, the other magic is going to be in the news filter. All right. There's some other little small things. I'll update those when time comes. But the trend news, the prop firm cheat codes is what I'm adding in there. So the prop firm cheat code is going to be new. All right. So when you are running on a prop firm, you can actually turn this from false to true. That means you are turning on your prop firm cheat code, your prop firm mode. What this does is it will, number one, it will disable the comments off of your trade. So if you ever notice, if you go look at your trades, so account history, like if you go look at it on your computer, I mean, really not on your computer, I'm sorry, on your phone, you really see it there. Give me a second here. Yeah, don't show it here. But on your phone, you'll see it. If you click open the trades that close, you'll see it says MMT next to your trade. All right, that comment, they can see. Prop firms can see. So that comment is going to disappear, making your what? Making your EA look more unique. All right, that's number one. Number two, it's going to automatically give a different take profit and stop loss. All right, so it's going to randomize within 0.5%. So that means instead of 720 pips, 820 pips, you might have an 819 pip take profit, or 819.3, or 820.4. All right, within 0.5%, it's going to randomize your take profit, all right, number and stop loss. All right, so that you have a different take profit and stop loss than everybody else. All right. Partials and all that, it happens all at the same level. All right. Entries happen at the same level. All right. But your take profit, you won't have you'll have different take profit and stop loss levels, and you will have you have no comments on your trades. All right. Also, for those who keep asking, you will get to put in your own magic number. I was going to randomize it, but the best way to do a random magic number is let you put in your own. So you put in 1, you can put in 14, you can put in 1490, you can put in 149766, you can put in 1,000 different numbers, doesn't matter. You can put in whatever number you want because that is your unique ID. All right. There is a few items that make your trades unique. One, the order number. Every trade you put in is an order. All right. So your order number, the account number that you're trading on, and the magic number. Those 3 numbers make your trade unique to anybody else's account. So we're already you're allowing you to make your custom magic, because right now everyone that's using the software has the same magic number. So if we allow you to put your own magic number in, then guess what? Then it will allow you to not be able to be distinguished. All right. Now, again, no guarantees this is going to work, because there's one thing I've learned talking to prop firm owners in the back office, that they can see one thing, and they can see that if the trade is coming from, they can see that all trades have the same entries. That's the only thing. All trades have the same entries with everybody. If they're using the same prop firm, also it'll show expert advisor on the prop firm. So those 2 things we can't change. That's why I'm trying to make partnerships with prop firms so that they can approve the EA and nobody has to worry about it. All right. Stealth mode is going to be the next thing. Stealth mode is a beauty. So what stealth mode does, you just hit false or true. Again, stealth mode is experimental. All right. So it has not been, it's being tested out, but it's still experimental. What stealth mode does is it'll put on your entry. All right. And that's the last update for prop firm cheat codes. It'll put on your entry. So let's say, boom, it puts on entry right there. All right. As it moves in profit for the sale here, when it takes partials, it won't move your stop loss and profit. You won't see it. It will move the stop loss and profit, but you won't see it. It'll take partials and you don't even know why. You won't see stop loss move profit. When it hits take profit, you won't see it. You'll just see your trade close because it's all going to be invisible. The only thing you will see is your entry. It will do everything else in stealth. So you don't see it on a chart, and the orders are not sent to the actual broker or the actual prop firm, so they can't see it, allowing you to be even more inconspicuous and unique from all other accounts, which should help in keeping you, running it on a live account long term. Again, no guarantees because they can see those couple things on the back end, like your entries. But if you're hiding everything and you have your own magic number and the comments are turned off, you give yourself a better chance to last the long term, especially with my Forex funds. They don't have an allocation. What is an allocation? Allocation is a number of accounts that these prop firms are willing to let trade the same trades and make the same profits and losses. All right, FTMO has one. I think I was told it's like 400 or something like that. My Forex funds doesn't have one. So they may allow this thing to really run for the long term. But my goal is to make a partnership with them so that you don't have to worry about it. All right, that is the prop firm cheat code, guys. There are a couple other little small updates that I give when it launches. But the main updates are 2% per trade now, or up to 2% per trade. You have the trend filter using the daily, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. And you have the prop firm cheat codes. All right. This should help you long term, especially if you're using a prop firm that's not as popular as FTMO My Forex Funds. And the goal is to find more of those as well. So I hope you guys like the update when it comes to version 1.09. Let me check the chat real quick here. When does this come out? You already talked about that. All right. Trying to release it next Sunday, guys. Still 5 max open positions. That is correct. Yes, do not get out and tell people is what we're doing. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm trying to make these partnerships with prop firms. And if we can make that, then it doesn't even matter. Kind of like what Gearbox does with its gears, invisible trades. No, David, because Gearbox has ghost trades, but those ghost trades don't make you any money. What Market Maker would do in stealth mode is it's going to take a trade. But when it moves stop loss and profit, you won't see it. It keeps track of it itself. And it takes partials. And you just see it take part. You're like, man, it took partials, but I don't see stop loss and profit. Matter of fact, I don't even see a stop loss. Man, I don't even see a take profit. You won't see your stop loss line. You won't see take profit line. You won't see it. So therefore, it's not sending orders to the market. That's what take profit stop loss are. They're orders. It's not sending those to the market. So Gearbox, ghost trades don't make you money. They're just taking trades in the background until it gets to a certain gear. Market Maker, stealth mode will make you money. That's the big difference. What happens when you have stealth mode on and your VPS goes down? I've never heard of VPS going down, but the EA keeps track of it. All right. Hey, first call. I feel like I hit the jackpot. Congrats. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Okay, 1.09. Man, I'm not talking about that dude no more, man. MJ the GOAT. That's all that matters. Won't the prop firms have an issue? It all depends on the prop firm. iPhones 8. This is where you need to understand the rules of your prop firm. Some prop firms, you can use the prop firm cheat codes. Some you can't. Those you can, this will help. So you need to make sure that you understand the rules for your prop firm. If you don't, you run the risk of getting violated. Again, this is why I always say, even when I release this version, trade at your own risk. All right. What are the groups I should be in for joining chats? Whatever software you have access to is what chats you should be in. So if you have Market Maker, you should be in the Market Maker chat. All right. Whoever signs you up can give you the links to the chats. All right. I know most don't allow trade without stop loss. All right. And that's it. So 1.08 did 200% in 10 weeks at 1%, and now we can do 2%. That's correct. And the version 1.09 has a higher win rate. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We should get a list of the most optimal prop firms for efficiency. You guys can do what you want. I don't recommend prop firms. I'm only going to do 2 things for you guys. I'm releasing the prop firm cheat codes in version 1.09. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do 3 things for you guys. I'm releasing, well, number 1, I'll give you guys the settings and talk about prop firms on the prop firm call. Number 2, yeah, that's because you guys are, you guys don't listen to me, so at least guide you guys in the right direction. Number 2, I created the prop firms cheat code settings in version 1.09. Number 3, I'm talking to prop firms. If I can get only way I'm going to ever recommend prop firms is if I get a prop firm that is launched and allowing all market maker trend users on their platform without any issues when they go live. That will be the only time that I recommend it. Other than that, trade at your own risk. All right. So that is the call for today, guys. Hope you guys learned a lot. Welcome to all the newcomers to Market Makers Trend. All right. Don't worry about today's loss. Today actually is like the second time we've actually lost on a Sunday, Monday. Like, this is crazy. I was shocked. We started off great on fire and then turned around. All good though, not a big deal. So what I will say is continue to trade responsibly. All right. Let the wheat run. Let's make this money. All right. I will see you guys in the funny papers.